Hello, everyone. Just a quick few things. I have those cards. I'd like for you to take them, use them, pass them out. Let's start communicating what's going on. And if this meeting has been helpful to you, I'd like for you to share that. Just tell them, tell folks, pass the word out. You never know what can be done, because it takes a seed to be planted to harvest fruit. Isn't that true? So plant some seeds, share what has happened to you, what the benefits that you've derived. So we'll have some flyers. Anyway, I wanted to just give you another tool to use, okay? All right, great. We're on step 11. We've been talking about that, and I'm going to read it, even though we've read it a few times already, but we're on YouTube and Facebook right now. It says, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, praying only for His knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. I want to thank Zach for taking care of things here, and everybody else, John and everybody help and taking care of things. I really appreciate all the help there. I listened to the Facebook lives. I only found 2, but I listened to those, and Zach, you did really well, and Miracle helped you out there quite a bit. And so, anyway, something that out of the with the workbook and also with the 12-step study Bible, it talked about 3 things to help you to improve your conscious contact. So, are you interested? This is out of Psalms 105. I'm going to give you 3 things. If you want to write them down, you can. There are scripture references, so you can write down the scripture reference and you can read them later. But these are 3 things that Psalms 105 says that can help you to improve your conscious contact. Okay? All right, the first one is give thanks to the Lord and proclaim His greatness. Let the whole world know what He has done. So the first step, if you can just give thanks, your whole attitude can change as soon as you move from anger to thankfulness. Because neuroscience says you can't be both at the same time. Isn't that true? You've heard that, right? You can't be angry and joyful or thankful at the same time. Sorry. John, would you bring me something to drink? Thanks. And so if we give thanks, if we can find something to be thankful for, that we recognize that can begin to shift us. All right? That's one technique. Second one is verse 5 of 105. It says, remember the wonders He has performed. Okay? If you just remember what God has already done in your life, what He has performed, it begins to change you. Sometimes we get in the mully grubs. You know what the mully grubs are? Thank you, John. Yeah. You know, you're whining, carrying on, you're mad, you're upset, it's so unfair. I think I'll go eat worms. Hardly ever hear that anymore. We say other stuff, right? That'll teach you I'll eat worms, right? Yeah. And so if we just start to remember how He has worked in my life in the past, how He's turned things around, if He's did it then, why can't He do it now? And He can, and He will. But the trouble is, we forget. The Jews always saw God's hand of intervention in their life, but it wasn't very long. They forgot, and guess what? They were in the middle of, yes. And so, but God was always there, just as he's here for you, right? He says, so remember the wonders he has performed, his miracles, and the rules he has given. So that's number 2, right? So number 1 is to find some thanks and proclaim it. Number 2 is to remember the good things that's already happened and miracles that's already happened, right? Well, could that help you to have better conscious contact with God? The answer to that was yes, in case you didn't know. Yes. Number 3, verse 7. He is the Lord our God. His justice is seen throughout the land. He always stands by his covenant. That covenant, the commitments he made to 1,000 generations. He's made, and this really does something to me, that he has made a commitment to 1,000 generations. Now that's a long time commitment. Now, they say a generation is 30 years. So if you take 30 times 1,000, that's 30,000 years. Anybody here lived 30,000 years? You know anybody that's lived 30,000 years? Okay, that's a long time. This is 2019, okay? So his commitments are for a long time. And he's made commitments to you and to me. And not just what was given to Abraham, but he's made commitments to you that he's spoken to you. Has God spoken something to you? Yes. Now, there's stuff that I believe that he's spoken to me that I haven't seen it yet. But does that mean it's not coming? No. Now, it may not be, it's definitely not on my time, okay? But the fact of it is, I choose not to let that go, okay? Because if I let it go, I have eliminated my end of the process of standing in faith and believing and accepting that promise. Would you agree with that? It's real easy to sabotage our life. It's real easy to sabotage our life. Yeah, it's real easy. It's real easy when things get us twisted up or pushed us around or it's not coming as quickly as we think. And that happens to me. How about to you? See how delicately I put that? And oftentimes then we get twisted up. And sometimes, well, I'll just throw this in here. Sometimes we like to take on other people's responsibility, which is also another form of sabotage. Yeah, that went way over. So, I all I heard was a murmur. So, there's my alarm. So anyway, these are 3 tools, 3 steps that can help you to improve your conscious contact. And I would encourage you to try it. Remember number 1 was give thanksgiving and proclaim his goodness. You know, shift your attitude around. I got a stinking attitude. Well, who's in charge of that attitude? Well, they made me feel this way. Oh, yes? Really? Okay? You have to make... Now, that doesn't mean that it's easy. You just have to choose to do it, right? And we've all done it, correct? Number 2 is we need to remember what he's done for us in the past. Man, he's pulled us out of the fire, right? Hasn't he pulled you out of the fire? Okay. Don't be testing him, though, by jumping in the fire. I just thought I'd throw that in there. And so, that was for Zach. And so, and number 3, that we need to recognize that he is just, and he has made commitments, and he will keep his commitments to us. And he is out for your good. He's out to bless you, not to harm you. Okay? So that's just a little something. We will talk more about what we've been talking about for the last. Well, I've been gone a couple of weeks, but anyway, the best version of yourself, and we're going to be talking about something that everybody's probably really familiar with, but how the best version of yourself ties in with the Serenity Prayer. So we'll be talking more about that later. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. You're welcome.
Thank you, Doug. I'm really glad to have Doug back. Everybody give him a big hand.